Hello, wealthy family, and welcome to today's video. Thank you so much for coming and sharing some time with me. I love and appreciate you all. So it is chilly, but not that cold because I'm in Florida. But I like dressing up for the cold. I enjoy my winter gear. So am I maybe a little over exaggerating today? Maybe. But in the morning, it'd be this cold. In the morning, it'd be like 40 degrees. And then by 11 o'clock, we're in the 60s or 70s. So yeah. But anyway, today I wanted to talk about showing up as the it factor. How to show up as the it factor. I did a reading for social media, and I don't normally use the tarot. Y'all know that I use my oracle decks. I like communicating with my angels, although they talk through the tarot as well. I just normally stay away from that. But I have 3 tarot decks, and the one that I chose today was the animal deck, which is one I had bought for my daughter, and she left for me. So the card that came up was the Empress card, which is in this particular deck shown as the rabbit. And the Empress is like divinity, divine feminine, royalty, abundance, beauty, pleasure, things of that nature. And it reminded me, I was talking to someone and just kind of explaining some things that I've been going through. And if I told y'all the craziness that has been happening in my life in, like, let's just say the past week, the past 7 days, okay, from last Thursday to this Thursday, some of the stuff that I've been through in my house with my son, like, y'all would be like, how are you still showing up, smiling, and functioning? And that's because I feel I am the it factor. I feel I am the anomaly. And whenever certain things show up in my reality that don't quite congeal with that thought process, I just tell myself the algorithm, or life is just catching up. The momentum is just catching up to what it is that I've already projected and said that it's going to be. When you encounter someone and they're like, yeah, I this and this and this, and they're like, wow, you don't look like it, or wow, you're so strong, you feel so good, it's because they're not allowing themselves to show up subpar. They're not walking around with the energy of burden, victim, downtrodden, things of that nature. They know how to accept, adapt, and then pivot. And you show up as the version of you that you want to be. You don't show up as what you have been. You show up and say, okay, you know what? I am someone who is always happy. He always sees the bright side of things, who always is optimistic, who chooses to see the best in people. Not to say that you have your head in the sand and you don't feel that evil or negative things exist, but you choose to believe that abundance is your birthright, or feeling good is your birthright. You choose to believe that good things should happen to you. And when you feel things that are not so good, you deal with it in the moment, you process it, but then you let it go. You don't hold on to it. Stop thinking of yourself as someone that always has to be like perfect. Like, some people jump from issues with religion. Like, you take your ideals from religion and you bring it with you in everything that you do. Or you take your ideals from when you were young, when you were a child, and you like apply that to everything else. And as life changes, you have to change too. You have to change your philosophy. I'm not saying that you can't keep those things with you intact always, right? But you have to learn how to reframe it and take what's for you and leave the rest. So when you want to show up as an it factor, you don't tell yourself, oh, they tell me all the time I do too much. I don't want to put this on because I don't want to look like I'm being extra, or I don't want to be perceived as, out of place, or I'm too dressy for whatever the case may be. No. As an abundant being, you know that you can never be too much. Sometimes you got to show up in your full throttle so you can let other people know, hey, it's okay to stand out and not just be a cog in the machine, right? I was driving, and I was looking around, and I'm like, where are all the color cars? Granted, the truck I drive is black, but literally I was in traffic. 3 cars ahead of me were white. 2 cars beside me were white. Other 2 cars, I think it was 2 cars. I think it was 2, 2, 3. But anyway, all the cars around me were freaking white. And I was like, where's all the originality? Where's the difference? And then maybe like 5 seconds later, I saw a yellow car drive by, because that's how my life works. When I was like, wait a minute, where is this? Things that I do with like least resistance, that I don't feel is too high up on the pedestal, it will just show up. And it can be like that for everyone. It's like that for everyone. So when you're like, you know what, I'm not going to be, too dressy or outdressed, or people aren't going to look at me as if to say I'm doing too much. It's not too much if I want to order 3 appetizers and 1 dessert. It's not too much if I want to order no appetizers but 2 entrees. It's not too much if I want to wear a full sequin gown to go walking around town. Like, it's not too much, because abundance is my birthright. And when you choose not to put yourself in a box or a square, or compartmentalize yourself and be like, okay, well, I shouldn't do this, or I can't do this, or I can't move in this way because I don't want to make anyone fall in place. When you don't do that, when you let yourself live outside the box and outside the lines, you find like many things don't bother you. There's many things that you can go through that don't phase you, because you're like, at the end of the day, abundance is my birthright, but it's your birthright too. And it's not my fault if you are choosing to keep yourself in this loop or this dynamic or whatever else the case may be. Okay? The Empress is saying always keep your head held high. Even if you do something that's quote unquote embarrassing. In this day and age, like, ain't nobody checking for that. Nobody cares for that. No one cares. No one's really embarrassed anymore. There's not really shame. Like, people are doing such outlandish things, right? Because of social media and likes and clicks and engagement and things of that nature. So really, hardly anything surprises people anymore. So stop putting yourself or making yourself play small. In this new year, in this new time frame, it's time for you to stand up, to show out, to be extraordinary, to be spectacular, to be dynamic, to be super. It is time for that. It's time for that. And as we're closing out January, right? If you've been following me with your meditation, you're in a whole new dynamic. You're in a whole new time frame. You're in a whole new playing field, okay? If you've been journaling, if you've been working out, if you've been cutting people off, okay? If you've been cutting people off, if you're like, you know what? I'm no longer giving you access to my energy, and you've actually allowed yourself to cut people off, you're in a new timeline. So show up in that fully, vibrantly, authentically, and don't let nobody tell you differently that that's not what you should be doing. Okay? Like, show up as the it factor. Men, like, I don't know about everyone else, but I know for me and like my circle of friends, we love a man that is dressed down, not city trends dress, right? I'm from Miami, so yeah, I like a little flashier stuff like that, but like loafers and slacks and a good press shirt, or a vest, or like a nice sports jacket, or a long trench coat, like stuff like that. Like, that shit is so cute. It's so cute. It's so dapper. It's so it makes you so handsome. Like, I don't know, I love it. I love seeing men dressed up. And sometimes our men will play down, they'll be in sweatpants or in jeans, and yes, that has a place, but if you want to come up and fully present, like show up and present yourself, you don't need to have an excuse for anyone or whatever else the case may be, especially if you do work or stuff that doesn't allow you to dress up or fully like present yourself in that way. Whenever you get the opportunity, do that shit. You go for a workout, you take a shower at the gym, and you change it to something like that, right? Something dapper. And I'm not saying that you can only feel good when you wear that type of clothing, but I'm telling you, when you dress the part, walk the part, smell the part, feel the part, you become the part. Okay? Because that's your birthright. It's not like you're cosplaying. You are just giving yourself little subtle reminders. It's like I forget what movie it is, but like breadcrumbs. It's like breadcrumbs. Okay. Good. All right, so that's that. That's all I have for y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. And you know what? It is kind of chilly out here, right? It's not snowing, freezing, but I want to come out here and give y'all some sunshine. It's been a while. It's been a minute since I've recorded outside, so I was like, let me come out here and rock with y'all. I don't know if you can hear the water, the fountain going. Like, it's beautiful. So I love you all. I'm grateful for you all. And until we connect again, right? Stay alert. Stay aware. Live in love. Peace.